It's now just after 10 o'clock. It's time for tonight's album show. My guests are sitting in front of me. We've got a Jamie and the Giants in front of us. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, sitting in front of me is the one guy I can actually see, make eye contact with. Welcome to Irvine BFM, Jamie Coleman.
Pleasure to have us.
It's been a while. We've been talking about this for a while.
Yeah, it's been a good few months.
Yeah.
Before Christmas.
Anyway, tell me a bit. I mean, I know you were a solo artist. You've now got the band, and we'll talk about how that all came about. But tell me a little bit about yourself.
I was a singer-songwriter from Clydebank. Originally born in Irvine, in fact. But been doing the solo for a few years now, and then got Mark and Scott to join in, make it better. You know?
When did you know? What time of your life did you know that you wanted to actually create music?
Oh, a young pup. My mum put me to sleep with Pink Floyd on, you know, from a young age. I was listening to Bob Dylan and stuff, Simon Garfunkel, you know. I picked up guitars. I made a guitar out of a tennis racket. We tried to cut all the strings, realised it didn't work. You know?
Love it. Now, when we chatted about you coming down, it was a while ago. You were just one guy and a guitar. You have now morphed into Jamie and the Giants. Now, introduce your colleagues and then tell me a little bit about how the band got together.
We've got Mark McLean here on bass, Scott Mooney, drums, Mark McCallum, sorry.
Mark McLean.
Mark McCallum, sorry.
You can tell how long we've been together.
I'd heard the two of them play before, both from good Glasgow bands, and asked if they'd be interested, and luckily they came on board.
I'll go to Mark. Mark, Jamie's just said that you were from other Glasgow bands. What bands were you in before?
Well, basically I'm still playing with a band, the Willows, who I play bass with as well. I come from a singing background myself. I was in a band called the Kairos, with a few good friends of mine from Glasgow. Then I picked up bass with my other band, the Willows, and obviously it's good to be on board doing it with Jamie now.
Yeah. It's not unusual when I have people in here that they turn out they're all in about 3 different bands, and sometimes very different bands.
Yeah.
Scott, what about yourself?
I was in a band called The Little Illusions. We were going for about two and a half years, doing the gig circuit in Glasgow, various other places, Edinburgh, things like that. Fortunately it fizzled out, but you never lose that desire to play and pick up the instrument.
Anyway, we're gonna get a track from you just now. And what's your first song?
It's called My Life, My Rules.
You can take it away anytime you want.
To say it, so say it anyway. Time. Now listen in. You don't like what I've done, but I've done what I've done for me in the right way. So take a step. Cause this life is mine. No, it's not for the taking. Now I do what I do, cause it's what I want to, and I'll do it. What I done, I can't please everyone, but I'm happy. So take a step back, think about what you're saying, cause this life is mine. No, it's not for the taking. say, so say it anyway, 'cause I'm not listening. You assume what you want, think you're right when you're wrong. Sorry, I got my own life to live. But sorry, I got my life to live.
Well done, guys.
Thank
Good
you.
track there. Joined in the studio with Jamie and the Giants. Now, Jamie, you've got a wee bit of an exclusive here for me, haven't you?
Yes, a wee single that's coming out 1st of May will be released.
Wow.
Should be on, hopefully get it on pre-sale first.
Yeah.
But we're on all major download sites.
Is that going to be like iTunes, Amazon, things like that?
Yeah, a lot of like 250 sites worldwide, and be CD and vinyl as well for it. So.
CD and vinyl as
Yeah,
well.
we get
Love
them
it.
made,
I
yeah.
love it. I love it. I think a lot of the bands that come in, they would love to go down that full route. I don't know if you were joking with me there or whatever.
No, I'm going to get it on it, yeah. I don't know
But
how many.
They would love to get like the EP, get it on CD, get it on vinyl. Because we were talking earlier, I mean, vinyl is now making such a resurgence.
Big comeback, yeah.
I've got a mate who has a shop in Ayr, and amazing vinyl, big spar of vinyl. How you doing, Ian? And you've got the place up in Glasgow now, the New Hellfire Club,
Yeah,
because they've got a big shop now as well, and it's full of vinyl as well.
some good shops out there to get some. Even though the charity shops, always got a good bargain.
Oh, I mean, the thing is, sometimes the only problem is sometimes when you go out a charity shop, you're only coming out with a cover,
Yeah.
because you get it home, you've got this £80 stylus if you're lucky on your hi-fi, and you look at the album and you say, that is no getting anywhere near my turntable, but still worth it if you're only paying pennies for it.
Oh, definitely. I had a Small Faces one that was all warped, but it's good for the collection, you know.
Oh, you're talking one of my favourite bands. Anyway, tell me about Calm Yourself Down.
It was one of the ones we started acoustic, and then like the drum kick off on it is we just had to make it big, you know. So looking forward, it's a good one to play live. We've been starting our set with that, which you can catch at some of our gigs coming up.
Anyway, we'll talk about some of your gigs after we play the single. This is Jamie and the Giants, and this is Calm Yourself Down. Jamie and the Giants there, and Calm Yourself Down. And that is going to be the new single. When's it out again, Jamie?
1st of May.
And obviously from all the download sites. Let's talk about a wee bit about songwriting. I mean, are you the main songwriter, or is everybody involved?
Yeah, well, all the songs I've been working on, songs of my own. But we're going to be working on stuff later on, you know. Obviously, the Mark and Scott have put their own parts in with their drum and bass.
Of course, because what you're starting with an acoustic track, these guys, it's their job to come in and beef it up.
I have the kind of main idea, and then just let them use their artistic view and just let them go with it, you know.
Just let the rhythm section go with it.
They find it.
Anyway, right. You were on the telly not that long ago. You were recently duetting with your pal Tony Ethelson.
Tony, yeah.
And on STV Glasgow's Riverside. What was that like?
Oh, that was good. It was a weird experience, you know, going on telly. Tony's a good friend of mine. It was her show, and she loved that song of mine. She asked if we could go on and she could sing it. I actually recorded that, and that's getting released in a few weeks as well.
That's good.
Just it's one of my other side projects.
Yeah, get that to me and I'll
get it on.
I'll certainly be happy to play that. I mean, it's a great... I like the show because it's another way for bands to get out there. I mean, so many bands that I've actually had on this show have went on and did the Riverside show.
Oh, it's a good thing, definitely, yeah.
I mean,
showcasing a lot of
there's a
lot of good talent out there.
Yeah, it's funny. I was sitting watching it, and then of course you had posted that you and Tony were going to be on it, and I'm sitting watching. I'm saying, I've got that guy on my show soon. Yeah. But no, it's a good outlet. It's another outlet for artists to get the music out there. You need to try and get on it yourselves. Get the band on.
Oh, we are going to be on it soon.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Yes.
Can't say too much just now, but
no,
the dates
of course
and
not.
stuff,
Of course not. Of course
we
not.
will be on there.
Let's talk a wee bit before you do your next song. Let's talk a wee bit about influences. I mean, you mentioned Floyd, you mentioned Dylan. What else did you listen to? What stuff did you listen to when you're growing up, and what kind of stuff influenced you?
A lot of kind of like Ocean Colour Scene and Cast and stuff, but I like my kind of hip hop music, and there's times with the dance music, you know, could line up half the classic on. Time and a place for all music. You know.
Mark, what about yourself?
When they say Bob Dylan, it's coming from my end. It's a bit of obsession for me. I've seen the man himself about 16 times live.
I'm impressed. I'm very impressed.
So yeah, I get into music when I was like 9 years old, and I'll never forget. I was in America. Listen, my dad put on an Infidels album, and Dylan's voice just stuck with me since. So
it's good. I mean, the thing is, you talk there, obviously, digressing a little bit. I mean, you talk about Bob Dylan there, you've seen him 16 times. I've got to ask, how many of those times did you walk out shaking your head? Because I have a friend who's a big Bob Dylan fan as well. And he's the first to admit, when you go to see someone like Bob, you've got to be prepared. You pay your money, you've got to be prepared to take what he gives you.
That's it. And obviously, these times, like the ticket prices are going up as well, but it was definitely worth it the last time because my dad managed to actually get the man himself's hand.
Fantastic.
So
yeah. Scott, what about yourself? What kind of stuff influenced you to get into music?
Absolutely everything growing up, mostly stuff like Ocean Colour Scene, also a bit of maybe 60s, 70s, well 70s disco mostly, Earth, Wind and Fire, bit of Tower of Power, bit of funk in there as well.
Yeah, I love it.
To be fair, so there's a few curveballs in there, but quite broad.
Fantastic. Now, guys, you're going to do another song for us? Can I ask what this one is?
Facing Demons.
Oh, good song, yes. Take it away just when you're ready.
So all the answers to my questions within. With my back against the wall, there'll be no turning away no more. So I stand and look towards the sky. Again and again I ask myself why. Is this the me that I should be? Or am I just living a lie? With my back against the wall, there'll be no turning away no more. So I light a candle for my soul. Let the flames burn the pain I hold. Let the light fill my dark. There'll be no more falling apart. With my back against the wall, there'll be no turning away no more. So I light a candle for my soul. Let the flames burn the the light fill my dark. There'll be no more falling apart. There'll be no more falling apart. There'll be no more falling apart. When my back against the wall, there'll be no turning away no more.
Love the track, and you know what I love there, because it got all quiet and then the rhythm section just comes up and knocks it up a notch. Good song. I bet that's a crack of life.
It's good, very good there. So it all dies out.
Let's talk about gigs. I mean, what have you got coming lined up?
Well, our first Glasgow gig coming up's 8th of May, Nice and Sleazy's. It's a kind of Creation Records stepping stone night.
Yeah.
So that'd be good to play in Glasgow. We've played to Wales and we've played all over, you know, so it'd be nice to...
This will be your first Glasgow gig?
Yeah, first hometown gig.
That's good, that's good.
So looking forward to that one.
I love Sleazy's as a venue, but I can't get a decent bottle of beer in it.
Yeah, bring your own.
I know.
Yeah,
nip next door to broadcast and get a beer and bring it back in. I don't think they'd like that. No, good venue and good sound downstairs.
Mm-hmm. No, it's good, yeah. So looking forward to that one. And then Kirkcaldy, we're playing the Duchess of Kirkcaldy on the 15th.
Yeah.
Played there quite a few times. Good.
Go down well, yeah.
Yeah,
that's good.
It's good to be the first time there with the band as well. You know, I've done solo stuff before.
Aye.
With John Power in June as well.
Yep.
Played with him in the Duchess last year actually, so it'd be good. We're playing with them Glasgow and Edinburgh.
That's good. So you get a busy time coming up. Obviously, as well, you'll be recording, getting some new material down for whatever comes out, the EP or an album.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot coming in. We've got gigs down in England as well, Liverpool district and stuff. So
that's good. A lot of bands come on here and they tend to kind of stick to like Scotland. They don't think of maybe trying to venture down south, but maybe that'll come for some of them.
So I lived in Newcastle for years, so it's any excuse to get away, really.
Yeah.
You know?
Guys, how can anybody listening tonight wants to find out about Jamie and the Giants? How can they find out music, find out about you?
Check us out on Facebook, Jamie and the Giants. Also on Twitter, Jamie and the Giants as well, ironically enough.
Yeah.
We've got a SoundCloud as well up and running. We can catch some of our tunes as well.
Cool. Anyway, you're going to do one more track for us.
Yeah, I'm going to play The Fear. It's about that dreaded hangover that lasts about 4 or 5 days. So, this is The Fear.
Take it away, guys.
Just another lazy day. I'm gonna try and fight this hangover away. I drank a little too much last night. I don't remember a thing, I hope I was alright. I'm just gonna lie here with the fear deep inside. I'm gonna turn my phone off, 'cause I'm far too rough to talk. Just gonna let my music play inside. Oh, you try, you say you're off it. You try, but you know you love it too much, far too much. Just another lazy day. A curtain's closed to hide the world away. Just gonna lie here and shake. I feel sorry for myself again. I'm just gonna lie here with the fear deep inside, and I don't feel right. I'm just gonna lie here with the fear deep inside, and I don't feel right, 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 and I don't feel right.
Great track, guys. Jamie and the Giants, and of course, The Fear. I mean, I'm led to believe that's only you haven't performed that many times at all.
No, just about half an hour before we the road to
I
come
love
here.
that. I love that. I love that. Love that. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you for coming down all the way
No,
from
thanks
Glasgow.
for having me on, so it's a
And
pleasure.
safe journey back up the road, and hopefully get you down sometime soon in the future.
Look
And I look
forward to
forward, and I look forward to hearing more new material from you.
Plenty more to
Jamie and the
come.
Giants. We'll get Mark on bass. We'll get Jamie on guitar, and we'll get Scott on cajon. That's what you call it, isn't it?
Cajon.
Cajon. A cajon.
Close enough.
A cajon's something totally different. Anyway, thanks to Jamie and the
Thank you
Giants
very
for
much.
coming down, and we'll hear more from them in the future.